be back in person sitting at the defense table.
It has been very successful for them because they took me off the campaign trail. South Carolina or a lot of other places I could be at.
The first prosecution witness was a former Trump accountant who says Trump executives provided the numbers for the firm. A 4-year-old girl kidnapped from a campground in a New York State park is found safe.
Some resistance. The suspect was taken into custody. And immediately, the little girl was found in a cabinet, covered. Was rescued.
Governor Kathy Hochul, police say the kidnapped her, left a ransom note with fingerprints. He had the girl in a camper parked behind his mother's trailer. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
And a good Tuesday morning to one and all.
Good morning.
And a good Tuesday morning to one and all.
And the little button there was not supposed to be pushed, but it was, and so I had to unlock it.
Well, that's okay. I turned my headphones on. They were full blast.
I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
And I'm Lee Barrows.
And it is a Tuesday morning, and we do appreciate all of y'all tuning in this morning. And we'll try not to make any more mistakes until right now. Just a 9-year-old girl kidnapped Saturday from a park, campground type area in New York. Well, she's found safe and sound yesterday, thank goodness. And they got that, thank goodness. Don't know anything more about her. Say she was physically, she seemed to be fine. No injuries or anything else. So we'll hear more about that later. No doubt about it. So,
found in a cabinet,
wrapped up. So anyway, and was kidnapped. They found a bike, but they didn't find her. And then the idiot, some early Monday morning, pre-dawn, 4:00 in the morning, he puts a note in the mailbox, a ransom note in the family's mailbox. Of course, state cops were watching it. They watched the whole thing. So they didn't lay the habeas grab on him right then, which is smart.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if there's an associate or whatever. And anyway, don't know what the ransom note said, except that it was a ransom note. Fingerprints, good for them. They found 2 sets on it. The first one was no good. The second one turned out to be a guy that had been arrested for DWI and fingerprinted back in 1999.
Well,
So,
there you go.
there you go. That takes care of that situation.
That's right.
And they located him behind his mama's house. He's 47 years old. I found him behind his mama's house in a camper. And that's where they found the little girl too. So
God bless her.
thank goodness. Thank goodness it's working out okay. So
that came across the wires last night. I was just up and down.
So anyway,
Wonderful.
got
story.
him. And
Wonderful interest story.
he's now one and done. His name is Craig Nelson Ross Jr., 47 years old. They got him about 2:00. That's some of the good news. Some of the bad news is for the Bears.
That's crazy.
I don't like it for the vast majority of the students there at New Bern High School because they did good. They played well last year. But unfortunately, they had a few on the team. Turns out they were not eligible to be playing because they had skipped classes or failed to go to classes or whatever.
One had an ankle bracelet. I don't think.
Had an ankle bracelet?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
On the 10.
Huh.
Yeah.
But I think you have to meet 85% attendance, and those individuals did not meet that.
Well, I had a client before that was on probation, and they weren't allowed to play sports here in Onslow because of that fact.
Sure.
If a kid's wearing an ankle bracelet, probation.
Either that or he's under arrest and hasn't been tried yet. And sometimes as a condition of the bail, they will put a bracelet on him.
I have to go back. I think it said he was on probation.
Okay, could be. Do you have a name on him?
No, he's a minor. They're not going to name him.
Well, shoot.
Yeah.
That anyway, the Craven County has been stripped. Not Craven County. The Bears of New High School have been stripped of their title for last year. Don't know what that's going to mean for their games this year. One of the games they beat Havelock, which Havelock is now 5-1. 5-1.
5-1.
And But if they reverse that, then I guess that'll just go away. The game will just disappear. I don't think they will give the win to Havelock.
Yeah, from what
I'm a-
I think it's still undecided, but it looks like that everything that they sanctioned them for was during the 2022 season. I mean, they took their state championship away, so nobody gets it. It's
Yeah.
just vacant.
But apparently some of these players were also doing the same thing in the 2023 school year,
I'm sure
early
there'll be
this spring
more.
is what they were saying.
Well, the whole team's on probation now for the rest of the
Can't play this
season,
year.
So yeah, it's
That's a shame especially for the
right. Their senior year marred by this.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sure
think
there's a
that-
lot more to the story coming out with the principal and the guidance
Yeah.
counselor being put on administrative leave back in May
and
for
they're gone.
the grading scandal.
The coach from last year is not the coach this year is not the coach
No,
from last
he's
No,
year.
gone.
yeah, that's right. Because
And that coach teaches at the private school in Newbern.
yeah, he
Teaches
left.
math
Yeah, that's
at the
It's a
Epiphany
crazy
school.
story.
Mhm.
uh,
What should happen is they should be allowed to continue playing their rest of their season and with the players they have, not with the ones that were
Yeah,
ineligible
right.
from the
Right.
game against Jacksonville. And if they advance like a championship or state
Yeah.
Well,
title,
that's
game,
what they said. They said
at
it's
least let them play it
yeah,
out.
Yeah.
yet to be determined if they will
Yeah.
even qualify to play in a championship. So,
But I say let them
well, if they
finish
can't
it.
play for the rest of the year,
If they can't
well,
play for the rest,
those that were those five that they took off right
Yeah.
before the Jacksonville game that they said couldn't play football. Yeah, they can't play. But I mean, the rest of the team still is playing. But
not now because
not
they
anymore.
said they can't play it. The whole team can't play. Like their season's done. That's what I'm saying.
well, I heard they were put on probation, but I don't know.
Let's see
What does it say? Because the story I read was a little different than what you're saying. But
Let me try. I've got to read it again here.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Now
here.
you got me wanting to go back and read it again.
yeah, and they said it was still undetermined whether or not they would be eligible for any championship games.
I would go to that unless
Well, see, they allowed them to play since then. So, yeah, but
yeah, but
then
the
again-
forfeit has just happened though.
right.
So
It does not make it clear.
Well, this is what went on the news last night. so-
I'm reading the Sun Journal report.
right.
yeah.
Why does that do that? And I'm not
So
even.
they're on probation for the season.
Who
What
is
does that
they?
mean?
Is that the whole
It
They're
says
on
the
team?
whole
probation.
team, yeah. The NCAA
There you go. I know who that
SAA
is.
placed Newbern's football program on probation.
Mhm.
Which I say fine, but the 5 that were ineligible for a Jacksonville game are probably still ineligible. So they're just
They were suspended
I
from
don't-
sports until January. So,
it's
The
irrelevant
high
anyway.
school football program is placed on probation for the
Right.
2023 season.
yeah, they're still playing.
Does that mean they can play?
Yes. According to what they said on the news, they're still playing. They're on probation because most of all this happened during the 2022 season.
Yeah.
But the
I
5
don't know.
players that were suspended, I don't know.
They can't play. I know that.
And now they're
Yeah, right. They can't play.
Rayford's text says the coach is at Hillside High. And I think it might be the principal that is at Epiphany. I'm looking now.
Yeah.
Somebody said.
All right, we'll try to find out more.
Yes.
But anyway, Jacksonville plays Havelock, who lost to the Bears, and we beat the Bears. But we beat the Bears without 5 of their key players.
Mhm.
And the Bears were playing when they beat Havelock. So we don't know. We don't know how that's going to stack up. Anyway,
Or it
Havelock's,
could just be that Jacksonville's a powerhouse.
well,
this
we
year.
do know that. We've seen that happen.
Yes.
But anyway, we will continue looking into that. Maybe we'll get some answers before the end of the show. Coming up at 7:30 this morning, we got a couple of ladies coming in from Onslow Memorial, and they're going to be talking about breast cancer awareness month, and hence one lady here has a shade of pink on. I think that's pink. It looks like kind of almost lavender, but is there such a color as lavender?
Yes.
Okay, what
This
is that?
pink.
That's
But
pretty.
of
That's
course-
hot pink.
It's hot pink.
Hot pink.
Hot
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we are going to talk girls today. We're going to talk hot pink.
There you go. Mark Robinson.
Well,
I saw something you sent me. Possibility of him being a VP pick
Yes.
for Trump.
Yes.
Well, that's better than that list of names I brought you
Oh, yeah.
yesterday
Oh,
that
yeah.
my mom got in the mail because she's a Republican Party donor. It's horrific.
It's just
So I would definitely, I mean, not that I wouldn't want Mark Robinson to be the governor,
yeah. Well,
but that at least his name is
So
better
if he
than
runs
what was
for-
on that list.
if he stays in a race, when would Trump pick his a VP?
After primaries.
That's what I thought.
You don't ever announce a partner of VP, and it's because you don't want to run your risk of picking someone that you'd lose a lot of votes over. So
Yeah.
you always wait.
Oh well.
But I mean, if he was asked to run for vice president, he would have to
couldn't run for
vacate.
could not be
Right.
governor.
He would have to suspend that. So I don't know. Interesting. I saw that and I was like, what?
because those elections are at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
exactly.
he could not be
You
running
can't run
both.
for both.
Nope.
Look, we need him as governor, so he just
Yeah, I think we need him as governor.
Be Trump's running mate anyway, but once again,
I don't know. I watched Marks yesterday as he was coming in and out of the courtroom. Whew, I would not be talking about the judge the way he did
No.
yesterday.
oh my
Because
lord,
he's
are
got
you
to walk
serious?
back in there and face
You
the
just gonna
man.
make him mad.
I don't know. And I was like, you might want to calm it.
Oh my goodness
Yes.
gracious.
And then I watched last night when Matt Gaetz got up before Congress and did the little motion to have it put on the agenda to
Mhm.
remove McCarthy. And I'm like, Lord have mercy.
Well, as we told you yesterday, once Tropical Storm Rena
Rena.
is gone, it's just been wiped off the map, literally, and so that's dissipated. And Tropical Storm is still out there, packing 50-mile-per-hour sustained winds. It's just the most confusing storm I've seen in a long time. It's back on a west-northwesterly course, and the folks are predicting that it will stay on that for a day or two, turning towards the north probably on Thursday during the day. And then by Saturday, it will be on a northeasterly course throughout the Friday and Saturday, and then back towards the north again. But it will be way beyond us at that point in time. Saturday, it should be around Bermuda, somewhere around Bermuda, just to the east of it, perhaps. I don't know. Specified to a certain amount, up to about 65-mile-per-hour sustained winds before it gets up there into the cold North Atlantic. And that brings you up to speed on that. Hopefully, we don't have to talk about it too much.
Yay.
Yeah. So
It's been a strange season.
it has lots of possibilities, and
Mhm.
we didn't get too much out of anything. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Okay, what else is happening out there in the world? Anybody got anything?
Well, we had a county commissioner meeting.
We did.
And it was the last meeting for our outgoing county. Matter of fact, I believe today's her last day, Sharon Griffin. So it was the last meeting that she presided over is the right word, but was in charge of, led, I don't know, whatever it is. So, and then one thing I found a little interesting was in the commission at the end, so that, and that is the point of the part of the meeting where commissioners get a chance to, update people on what they've been has been going on with them, what they may have upcoming, things they're doing, things they've done, etc. All the commissioners, except for one, wished her well.
Really?
Yeah. And I thought it was tacky. It does a lot, even if you don't like her, and it's very apparent. We've seen in videos that he doesn't like her, and which is he's one of the main reasons why she left.
Yep.
I still feel like he should have had some kind of at least say,
Be a
I wish you
gentleman.
well. Yes. And he did not. And in my opinion, this is just my opinion. This speaks volumes about his character. Just saying. So I thought it was tacky.
Yep.
But I mean, just, you don't have to say, kumbayas and whatever, but at least say, good luck on your next endeavor.
Yeah.
That's all
whatever.
he had to have said was that. Didn't say anything. I thought it was tacky. But am I
It's so
surprised?
typical.
I mean, it says a lot. And I think people should remember that because that's what's representing our county right there.
Yep.
So
1/7.
just my opinion.
Oh, school board meeting tonight.
Oh, I bet that'll be a hot. Yeah.
Oh, it's just going to be, business as usual.
Somehow I doubt that.
The usual screaming, yelling,
Yeah.
accusations.
Yeah, that's the one.
Y'all don't do your job.
Yeah.
You're worthless. We need a new superintendent. I have a feeling it may be contentious once again tonight. And I'm just trying to decide what I want for dinner so I can have it ready.
Oh, get your watching food
My
ready.
food party, my
Yeah.
watch party ready. I'm like, oh, here. And it's really sad that, we have commissioner meetings, board of education meetings, and we're all like, okay, here it goes. Let's get ready. Entertainment tonight, right?
And especially because this takes away from the actual business at hand.
And the good job that they do.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
we're
this is
very
just-
fortunate in this
Yes.
county that we've had good representation of years, a cohesive board, and looking out for the people of Onslow County. Thank goodness we don't have all this contention with the city council. They go in to do their thing. I know.
Don't
kudos
say
to-
it, you
They're
just-
going to do their thing and everybody's happy.
I think it's just sometimes they just do it quietly.
Yeah,
You
they
just
do it
don't know
quietly.
what's happening till it's done.
I'm sorry, Sammy.
I live in the cities. That's why I'm saying that.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a break. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Couldn't find my cursor there for a minute, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can save just by being you. DriveWise in the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback, and by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe just by being yourself. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands at Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today. Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other state driving discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Norfolk, Illinois.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you. Get to go. Call an advisor today.
Hang in there, Chris. We're going to take you before weather, so
That's
right after this commercial
877
break.
Ask Dell. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for fall, and you should be too. With Cub Cadet, zero turns, lawn tractors, and walk-behind lawnmowers from Cub Cadet are engineered with premium features, leaving you with a well-manicured lawn. Stop by Mills International Incorporated today and unlock the possibilities of your yard with Cub Cadet. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps with confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less. Down home down the street, Main Street, Maysville, and the Richlands Highway right here in Jacksonville. Steak is only $9.79 a pound. Whole boneless pork loin, just $1.99 a pound. Thick boneless pork chops, $2.79 a pound. How about whole bottom round, just $3.99 a pound. Fresh fried leg quarters sold in 10 pound bag are almost a pound. Bone-in sirloin chops, just $1.29 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm Children Produce, Eastern North Carolina Gala apples, just 99 cents a pound. Large Vine Ripe Aroma tomatoes, just 99 cents a pound. Fresh, crisp broccoli crowns, $1.99 a pound. Large navel oranges each. And you get a 5-pound bag of red, russet, or white potatoes for just $3.99 for a 5-pound bag. Jumbo green peppers, just 99 cents each. And you get a 1-pound container of fresh strawberries for just $3.99. You get 3 6-packs of the 16-ounce size Pepsi or Mountain Dew for just $11. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less. Down the street on the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the pig.
Wismart and Chappie's Chicken. And for over 50 years, Great Gas and Oil Company has kept our community comfortable year-round with quality heating and cooling products and dependable service. In addition to heating and air conditioning service, Great Gas and Oil Company does generators, tankless water heaters, and quality appliance repair. For service, phone 910-347-7138. Locally owned and operated by Jerry and Jeff Allen.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, we're back. And before we hit weather, we're going to take a quick caller here from Chris Miller, Jacksonville Daily News sports editor. Good morning. How are you?
Doing good, Rayford. I appreciate you having me call in and clarify a few things.
Yeah, we want to clarify. Can New Bern High School play football for the rest of the year?
Yes, they will. They will be permitted to play football. They will be permitted to make the state playoffs, but they will have a lot of work to do because they will have to forfeit their first 5 victories from the season in which they used those players in question. So those players did not play when they traveled to Jacksonville and they fell short against the Cardinals, but they did play in the first 5 victories, and so those 5 victories will be forfeited, and then they're and then any other games going forward will be able to count going forward.
Okay.
So that when they say probation, that's all what all that means.
All right, now we understand. And so the game that they had with Havelock, and that's the only loss that Havelock has, is a scrub from the book. So Havelock is now 5-0, right?
Yes. Havelock is sir. Yeah, Havelock is now undefeated, which means it's a battle of undefeated come Friday night at Havelock when the Jacksonville Cardinals take on the Havelock Rams. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that'll be to that one, aren't you?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. I'm going to get some help from that game Friday night, but it's going to be a great game, and between 2 outstanding programs, outstanding teams, and they're from both coaches, particularly a couple of Havelock coaches that are having fun with the rivalry with Jacksonville, all in fun, and nothing serious, nothing over the line, but they're all having fun and looking forward to the game on Friday.
Yeah, okay. Well, I won't be quite so fair. I want Cardinals to win.
But you're right, Rayford. It is an unfortunate situation. You do feel bad for those that have done the right things, and the seniors that are doing the right things and that are playing. But a lesson has to be taught that you have to abide by the rules and. You have to follow the rules, and unfortunately, some things were allegedly broken, and and the rules were allegedly broken, and this is this is the result of it. So it is an unfortunate situation. You hate it for those young men that did the right thing, but at the end of the day, it probably was the right call.
Yeah, you got to pay the price. Sorry about that. I really hated for the seniors from last year who they've been stripped of their title. They worked for it for 4 years or 3 years. That's really the bad thing about this whole deal.
I'd still wear a jacket.
And the unfortunate thing about this, Rayford, and and everyone is, we all know that we were all young and made some unwise decisions when we were younger, and so that's our job as adults, is to discipline and to teach our young people to do the right thing. And it's kind of hard to ask our young people to do that when adults are making those mistakes. as well. So
Yep.
I'll make mistakes, but there were some major mistakes made by administrators and other adults that really put this, that really hurt these kids. So you feel bad for those kids, but you wish these adults would have made the right decision.
Yep. Well, hopefully Newman will get his act together and do well. They played very well against Jacksonville a couple of weeks ago, but it just wasn't in the cards, and they had an upset team because the team members didn't even know about it until the last minute that the other people could not play, right?
Yeah, they weren't told about it until like maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon that day.
That hurts too, because that's takes a lot of the spirit out of the whole deal for sure.
Sure does.
Okay.
Yeah, and there have affected the Havelock football team in terms of their head coach, and so there's a lot of drama going on with the Craven County School Board the last several months or so.
Okay. Chris, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
I knew you'd straighten it out.
Yeah.
Okay, American made, American power says a lot in only a few words. The only outboard motors made in America, they're Mercury's, from the smallest engines to big ones like the 600 horsepower V12 outboard. Yep, Mercury has them too. If you're considering repowering your boat, why not stop in and talk with the experts down at Tideline Marine, located right here in Jacksonville, the only marine dealer in the city. Whether you're new to the world of boating, or maybe you've just moved to the area, or perhaps you want to upgrade to a larger boat. And believe it or not, some folks are, as we get a little bit older, we want to downsize. So that can happen too. Tideline Marine either has what you want or will do everything they can to find a boat and motor combination to make you happy. American made, American power. Check out what Tideline has to offer. 159 Old Bridge Street on downtown Jacksonville. Small craft advisories in effect through Friday afternoon now. They've extended it. Offshore today, northeasterly winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25, seas 5 to 7. Those are big ones. 2 to 4, 2 to 3 near shore. Dominant period 11 seconds. Sounds and rivers are choppy. Northeasterly winds on Wednesday, 15 to 20. Seas coming down just a bit, 4 to 6, 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers again choppy. And on Thursday, easterly winds 10 to 15. Seas 4 to 6 offshore. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop.
Today, sunny, high of 81, with gusts at times as high as 15 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 58. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 81. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low of 62. And on Thursday, partly sunny, high of 83.
Okay, good. Thank you. We've got a young lady in here from Onslow Memorial Hospital now, Jennifer Provost. Good morning, Jennifer. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well.
Good morning. And it's a special month.
Yes.
It's Fire Prevention Month, and it's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes.
So what are we doing at the hospital?
So this month at the hospital, obviously, we're promoting better awareness and screening and prevention and all that good stuff. We also are having our annual 5K Miles for Mammos.
5K Miles for Mammos. Okay.
That's a cool name.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
Yes.
When is that going to be?
It's going to be October 28th.
Okay.
People can sign up on Run Sign Up. It's a website. There's also a Facebook event out for the event, and it will have the link there as well.
Okay.
Advertised well on the hospital's website and all that good stuff, so people can find it multiple ways.
And you'll be able to find it on our website here shortly, right, Lee?
Yes, I'm looking it up now.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
So we'll get that message out too.
How
have we got any controls? Have we been able to wrap our hands around this whole mess?
Are you talking about breast cancer?
Yep. Making any strides?
I feel like we're making a lot of strides. So breast is the state that is diagnosed the most. In Onslow County, we diagnose and treat breast cancer the most of any other cancer. So we're definitely finding it. We're screening for it, we're finding it, and we're getting it treated. Obviously, it still exists.
Sure.
We're not preventing it, but we are catching it and we're treating it.
As long as you can catch it early, and that goes back to the old self-exams and everything else, right?
Absolutely.
As long as if there's something just not right, go find a doctor.
That's right. So you should start a screening mammo. Typically, insurance will pay one at 35 and then one a year after 40. Insurances have been trying to reduce that yearly screening and maybe only cover once every 2 years. But so far, most insurances are still covering one screening mammo a year.
That might be something you want to consider when you're talking with your insurance companies, and when you have that chance to change companies. If they don't cover it, find some that does.
That's right. And then for those who do not have insurance, that is actually why we started Julie's, which is what the Miles for Mammo is actually, the benefits are going towards. So because Onslow, we do try to be out there in the community. We try and do lots of screening and prevention events every year that I would do in the past, because I was actually a mammo tech first, was go out into the community and talk about screening and prevention and why you get a mammogram. And every time, it never failed, women would come up and be hesitant and sharing that they don't have insurance, and what could they do to get a screening. And at the time, there wasn't anything in Onslow County. So we created Julie's Pink Warrior Project. And as we were building up our funds and building the program, one of our fellow mammo techs, Jamie, who couldn't be with us here this morning, her cousin, Julie, she was diagnosed with a triple negative breast cancer, which is extremely aggressive. And she did not have insurance, and she did not realize that there were programs such as this that existed out there. So she waited 6 months until her insurance kicked in. And because negative is so aggressive, it had spread. And she lost her battle at age 38.
Oh my God.
And so we named this program after her, because we feel like when you connect a story and a person to the purpose, it makes a big.
So she did not have any insurance.
That is correct.
And she had to wait.
Well, she felt like she did, so that's another piece to this. It's about getting the information out there, that there are resources available who don't have insurance. And so you can get that screening mammogram if you qualify. We have financial counselors at the hospital that can help to screen people for qualifications. And so there are resources available.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we got a couple of intruders in here.
It's okay.
They're disgustingly friendly, but they can be obnoxious
dogs as well.
Yeah, we'll close the other back door here, and we'll get that taken care of. Okay. So what can people do? Women, they need to get exams, of course.
Absolutely.
Or a regular basis. And it can start at a very early age. You're talking about she lost her battle at age 38.
That's
you don't
right.
generally think of that.
Yep. And it happens. So yeah, it's all about making sure that you are doing your self breast exams, and then making sure that you're going to, and if you notice anything out of the ordinary, that you do reach out. And funny as it may sound, a lot of times it's the partner who finds something in the breast and realizes, hey, this isn't quite right. Yeah. So listening to all those little intuitions.
Okay. And how early, I know it started at 35, you say, but that's not too early to start checking yourself.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I feel like it's good amongst all age groups, really, to be familiar with what their breasts feel like, and knowing that your breast density will change as you age. So women who are younger are going to have more dense breasts. So it's probably going to feel a little bit more naughty, and then as it gets to become fatty replaced. Okay. So there will be changes, but if you're feeling a lump or feeling something abnormal, go and reach out to your doctor.
I've heard from so many women over the years. Obviously, I don't know, but I hear what they say, that it's painful to get the mammogram.
Not anymore. It's better. I just had one done. Things have changed.
I did a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And
so things are okay now.
It's piece of cake. You walk in and
not like
that's
people.
right.
Come
That's
on
right.
now.
That's
It's what?
it's changed over
5
what it used to
minutes?
be.
Yeah.
It used to be, it was like vice grips, but now
It's not like that anymore.
Oh, it was bad, but it's not like that
I
anymore.
know things have changed.
It's very easy.
They've done a lot of work. So there's new paddles out now. And so we use a rounded paddle at Onslow, which helps to soften. It has softer edges, and it's uncomfortable. And, unfortunately, the compression part is very important. That's what's spreading out the breast tissue for the radiologist to be able to see what's going on in there. So it is important and it needs to be done, but it lasts a few seconds.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
If you've got a question, give us a call, 910-333-0139, 910-333-0139. Jennifer will be glad to address them.
I will tell you that now you do all that in the women's center that's right there in the parking lot of Onslaught Memorial. Group of people. I mean, you go in, there's no waiting. They have your stuff. You go back. You're out in less than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Done. Complete.
Absolutely. And so this Miles from Ammo race, it is our one thing that we do annually that raise money for Julie's Pink Warrior Project, which provides those free screening mammograms to patients who are uninsured or underinsured. We had several large sponsors for our race that I'm extremely grateful for. Anchor Realty, and NI2 Health. They came through in a big way for us, and we're very appreciative. We also have lots of sponsors that are going to be putting some swag in our race bags.
Nice.
Okay.
One of those is Larion. Another sponsor is Carson Gray. She is actually a local Nashville recording artist, and she just released her first single, All Back Roads, and she has a new one coming out very soon called Just 'Cause You Love Me. And I think she'll actually be, hopefully. She also is a Legends race car driver.
Oh, really?
So, yes. So she has a race that evening, but I'm hoping that she's going to be able to come out. Yep. She's just 18 years old. So
18.
Oh, wow.
How actually young have you seen a woman, a female with breast cancer?
16 is the youngest. 16.
Now, you're the director of oncology at Onslaught Memorial, so you have to deal with a lot of the setting up the treatments and such for people who do find out they have cancer.
So my staff does.
Right.
I am not a radiation therapist at all. I like to say I'm just their director. But they do incredible work. And yes, we have the radiation piece to it. We do not have a medical oncologist here at Onslaught Memorial Hospital. We have some partners out in the community. But we do the radiation therapy piece, and our staff is incredible. It's a different feeling. It's a different environment than the rest of the hospital. We try not to make it feel like a hospital,
right?
You know, it needs to be something different, and it's a safe place and a safe haven for our patients. And it means a lot to us.
Okay. Let's take a quick break. And again, if you guys got a call, got a question you would like to make a call now, 910-333-0139. We'll be right back.
Modern Exterminating 627 College Street, Jacksonville has proudly been serving the pest control needs of Onslow and surrounding counties since 1952. That's 70 the health and property of our citizens from rodents, termites, mosquitoes, and all other pests. Modern Exterminating offers inspection without obligation. Being authorized to serve government quarters, Modern Exterminating takes this opportunity to thank those who serve and allowing us to handle all your pest control needs. If what they use don't zap them, they'll trap them. And if you're not satisfied, they'll step on them. The bug stops here. Modern Exterminating, family owned and operated since 1952. Call today, 910-455-5122. 910-455-5122 for Modern Exterminating.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accept all major insurances, including military. Lane Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
C&S Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957, with 3 locations serving everything you need from brushes to Olympic stain and quality Benjamin Moore paint. Benjamin Moore offers unmatched color and durability, so the color will last for years to come. Whether a do-it-yourselfer or paint contractor, when you shop CNS applications, you're not just improving your home or construction site, you're supporting a local business too. CNS Paint Center, Olympic Stain, and Benjamin Moore. Paint for everything that matters. CNS Paint Center, 105 Wayne Drive, Morridge City, 6 Doris Avenue, Jacksonville, and 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point. CNS Paint, phone 910-455-0210. Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
Summertime, no stress and no cooking. The Burrow Low Country Kitchen has got you covered. Order a Carolina-style seafood boil to go. Sausage, potatoes, corn, with your choice of shrimp, crawfish, lobster, clams, mussels, crab legs, or a mixture. Seafood boil party pleasers. Grab a quick lunch of Philly cheesesteaks, Italian sausage, fish tacos, and more. Dine in or take out. Curbside or dockside pickup. The Burrow Low Country Kitchen. Corner of Front and Moore Streets in downtown Swansboro. BurrowLowCountryKitchen.com.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning. And now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air improve air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning with Jacksonville and Hempstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax. We're on the way.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back, and in the studio with us is Jennifer Provost from Onslow Memorial Hospital. We're talking about breast cancer awareness. Now, there's a key word right there, awareness.
Awareness.
You need to be aware of it yourself.
That's
Your friends do. Everybody should be aware of what's going on. And don't get embarrassed.
That's right.
Do you think there's some stigma attached to this whole thing?
I think so. And I would say probably more particularly in men, because men can also get breast cancer.
Yeah. They can. I know somebody that had it.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yes. And so I feel like men are less likely to reach out and go to the doctor and ask the questions. And so that can obviously have a negative outcome.
Is there anything that makes men or women more susceptible than what do we know what causes it?
There's
diet.
I think all the cancers across the board. There's the conversation around diet, exercise, not smoking, being healthy. Those are the preventative pieces. Obviously, for skin cancer, it's applying sunscreen, seeking shade, those things. But across the board, that's kind of the general consensus.
And sometimes it's genetic.
Yeah, it's just maybe you have that chromosome that
there's
runs in that family.
There are genes, so there's a lot of genetic testing that can be done. BRCA1 and BRCA2 are two of the more common ones for breast cancer, and having a family history of cancer or breast cancer increases your own personal risk, but a lot of women who are diagnosed do not have a family history. So I think that's important to discuss, is that, don't just dismiss it and say, oh, well, that doesn't run in my family, I don't need to. That's not true.
Now, as far as we discussed earlier, like you've seen people as young as 16 come in that had been diagnosed with breast cancer. How about in the older generation?
So unfortunately, your risk of developing breast cancer actually increase, and so it increases significantly around age 70. And so yes, and so a lot of women, when they come in for their mammogram, one of their questions is, when can I stop getting these things done? And so I like to let people know that as long as you are still wanting to know it, either for your kids, grandkids, in regards to like that family history piece, or you would still want to have and go through treatment, then you should continue to still get your mammograms.
Other than a mastectomy, in the early stages, there are other treatments, right?
Yes. So everything.
Are they successful? That's the key.
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, absolutely. And everything depends on stage, right? And sometimes we do chemo and radiation. Sometimes we do chemo or radiation. Sometimes we do them together. Sometimes we do them separately. So for radiation, we follow NCCN guidelines. And that is our guidelines that we follow that break it down very specifically in regards to, okay, this cancer in this stage with lymph node involvement or with it, size, all those things. This is the process that you should follow. And so, yes, it's very important, number one, to get those interventions in place as soon as possible. And then chemo, radiation, surgery, those are the typical three for any of the cancers.
Now, everybody with cancer fears it coming back or continuing.
Yep.
How prevalent is that in breast cancer?
Unfortunately, again, it depends on the size. It depends on the stage. It also depends on the type. So triple negative breast cancer, depending on multiple other factors, is a possibility of coming back. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Invasive cancers are not as great as non-invasive cancers, so there's so many pieces that make up those risk factors.
Okay. Right.
My grandmother was one. She had breast cancer and then had a mastectomy. And then I'm sitting here trying to think now. I think probably 13, 14 years later, it came back, and that's what killed her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yep.
So a woman sitting here listening to the show this morning and thinking, I need to make an appointment, and I haven't had a mammal in a very long time. So how would they go about it, Jennifer, contacting you?
Okay. So I think the first step is to reach out to your doctor and get the order.
Right.
If, you're not having any problems, you would want if you have both breasts, you would want a bilateral screening mammogram, and we're going to say 3D. 3D is the latest and greatest. We've had it since 2014. We were the first ones in Onslow County to get it, something I'm really proud of. And so you want a 3D regardless. But you reach out to your doctor, you get the order, and then you would call Onslow Memorial Hospital's radiology department, which is 910-577-2323, and they will get you scheduled. If you do not have insurance, you can reach out to the hospital and the financial counselors. So there is a process to go through in order to qualify for the Hospital Charity Care Program or Julie's Pink Warrior Project. It's very generous, I feel like, and I feel like we really do a great job of filling that gap.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right, we have a caller too who has a question. Bill, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning. How are you today?
You're hanging in here.
I was calling. Good. I was calling, I guess, to ask with a lot of the stuff of breast cancer and the mysteries there. That I remember when Alzheimer's was first announced in the newspapers. That was basically a man's disease found in men that were post-World War II vets, and a lot of the stuff was still a mystery, but they, showed a lot of the symptoms very similar to the third stage, and they showed in the newspapers the various symptoms of both, and how syphilis had like a 28-year dormant period between its second stage and then when the tertiary stage hit, when people were later in the stages of syphilis, and it was pretty much the same as Alzheimer's. But it made me wonder with a lot of the emphasis for women started thereafter with breast cancer, that it may be related to what people refer to as Alzheimer's and some of these intermediate stages between, it's hard to believe that, there'd be no effect of other organs of the body with, you know, the viral parts of syphilis that have 28 years go by. That could this be related to the same viruses?
Okay.
Well, the same virus, you know.
I do not think so.
I don't think so, but we'll ask. All right. Thank you, Bill. Keep listening.
Yes.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
No, I don't think so at all.
Any-
I think it's two different things.
Any relationship there whatsoever?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
No, sir.
All right. Let's go ahead and take a break. You're live and local Real Talk. Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the on-paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net. Find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Down East, heating and air conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986. Down East is your local factory authorized dealer. Down East, Bryant, whatever it takes to keep you cool. Down East, heating and air conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986. DownEastHeating.com. Need service on your present cooling system? Just call Down East. Looking to replace your cooling system in your home or office? Down East is going to do whatever it takes to keep you cool on these hot summer days. Ask about 0% interest for 60 months. Down East, Bryant, whatever it takes. Down East, heating and air conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986. DownEastHeating.com. Coastal Bank and Trust thanks you for allowing us the privilege of handling all your banking needs, including personal and commercial loans to mortgage services. With locations in Jacksonville, Holly Ridge, Richlands, and more in city, Coastal Bank and Trust truly is a community bank dedicated to those we serve and is proud to be a part of the continued growth of Onslow, Carteret, and surrounding counties, and looks forward to meeting you. Thank you for voting us the best of the best 5 years in a row. FDIC insured and equal housing lender.
Safety on the highways begins with your tire. Before you hit the coming holidays, Battlefield Tire Pros, 103 Norris Road and Highway 24 in Swansboro, and let them inspect your tires for your peace of mind before traveling. Since 1963, Battlefield Tire Pros has served our community and military neighbors with brands such as Michelin, Uniroyal, Firestone, Goodyear, and many others, including a good selection of used tires. They also carry lawnmower tires, four-wheeler tires, and motorcycle tires. And alignment service is available by appointment. Save time and money by skipping to dealerships and big box stores and let locally owned and operated Battlefield Tire Pros handle all your tire needs. Battlefield Tire Pros at the corner of North Road and Highway 24 in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Phone 910-327-8 or visit online battlefieldtirepros.com.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right. All right. Welcome back. Closing minutes here. Jennifer, anything else that we're missing this morning?
I don't think so. I just want to encourage everyone to come out and participate in the 5K. You can walk it, you can run it, you can do a virtual sign up to where you don't even have to go. It helps contribute to Julie's Pink Warrior Project.
Okay.
Yeah, virtual. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And again, that is how this 5K is how we raise money for Julie's Pink Warrior Project. And Julie's Pink Warrior Project is what provides the free screening. Man.
These two push me in a wheelchair or something.
Absolutely. That
Pull me
could be
in
a
a
lot of
car.
fun.
That'd be fun.
We can do that.
I carry my radios with me so I can talk to people.
Yes. Yeah, you would have fun.
Yeah,
What if you had to leave one piece of advice to all the ladies listening, what is the one thing that you would say that you feel is the most important in regards to Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
The ACS is doing a whole initiative around how to get screened. And I think that just there's a video I feel like everyone should look at and watch. It really just kind of speaks to, your loved ones. Like, I feel like it just others to go and get screened or to, hey, have that looked at, but they don't take care of themselves. So I would just remind you, I love you, get screened.
Got it.
Very good. Okay, Jennifer, thank you. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you so much.
Anytime you guys have got anything cooking over there, just reach out.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
We're here for you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Jennifer Provost from Onslow Memorial Hospital, talking about Breast Cancer Awareness Week, a month. And it's an important topic. And for you guys, to listeners out there, male, female, all of the above, is important for y'all to, get screened and take care of business.
Yeah, that's and it's just a lot of women, so many of these things go.
Mm-hmm.
Let them go.
They don't do it, and it's a shame. And then it's something it cannot be prevented necessarily,
right?
But it can be corrected if caught early.
Well, we all have a mutual friend that went into the hospital for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
They did an MRI and they happened to find a spot on her breast at the time, and referred her back to her doctor. And sure enough.
Mm-hmm.
She was diagnosed and yesterday finished her last chemo treatment, but she still has to go through the surgery. So early screening is very, very important.
Yes.
Very important.
A U.S. Congressman, Representative Henry Cuellar, I think, a Democrat out of Texas, the victim of an armed carjacking Monday night in Washington.
How was that? How does that get
Wait a minute. How can you be that way? Washington, D.C. has so many tight, stringent controls of guns. They won't let you have a gun. How did this guy get a gun? Did it go? What happened? How did this go?
That was coming.
He's in the Navy Yard neighborhood when it took place about 9:30 p.m. Yesterday. According to Capitol Police, the agency, along with Metro Police Department, responded to the scene. Entire block is closed off as police investigate. Well, you think the dude is going to be hanging around there? He got a car. He's got a car somewhere else. He's not going to be in the neighborhood. They had three black men wearing all black clothing. Said the alert. A stolen car, white, has since been recovered. They got his car back.
When you become the victim, huh?
Well,
yeah. All three of them were armed.
I'm not even surprised. But you know what today is? On this day in history?
1995, would it?
Yep. Simpson was acquitted of murder charges.
He wasn't found not guilty or innocent. He wasn't found innocent. He was acquitted.
Acquitted. Yeah.
I watched that trial.
I did. I was living in California at the time. I was
glued to the
I was
TV. I watched the big chase.
Oh, watch that
but
chase.
I'll never forget that trial when they announced him not guilty, and I just sat there stunned.
I lived in San Diego at the time, and this was all that was on.
All it was on TV here too.
Yeah. Oh, really? So was that bad?
It was
it
huge.
Dominated the news out there.
272-day trial, if I remember correctly. 272 days.
Now, I will say I didn't watch all of it.
Oh, I couldn't watch it all.
No, it consumes you, just like the Murdaugh trial has consumed me. And now it looks like a new trial. No, I can't do it. Can't do it.
Oh well.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick break. Coming up after the Fox News break, we'll be talking about Congressman Representative Greg Murphy. You're live on local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, and we'll be right back.
Therese Crowley found and rescued 9-year-old Charlotte Senna, missing from a weekend camping trip with her family in upstate New York. Investigators say the suspect delivered a ransom note to the family's mailbox 4 hours later, and they lifted prints and DNA, leading them to an RV about 12 miles away where they found Charlotte in a cabinet. Hunter Biden in federal court in Delaware to answer to 3 felony gun charges. Donald Trump in New York States Supreme Court Alder's real estate empire, charged with inflating real estate values. His son Eric on Fox's Hannity.
These monsters want to have my father in a courthouse. They want to have my father spend tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars. So he's distracted. So he can't be in South Carolina, and he can't be in Iowa, and he can't be in Nevada, and he can't be prosecuting Joe Biden for being the worst president in the history of this country.
America is listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Okay, we're back, and we're standing by for a call from Representative Greg Murphy. He should be calling in here any moment now. One of the things we're going to be talking about is he's not in favor of this most favored nation status for China for 20 years. 20 years. That's what we've had. And that means that a lot of our jobs have gone over there. A lot of our junk that comes from there, which has the manufacturing companies are getting subsidies from the government to send us their stuff at a cheaper rate, which puts North American companies out of business.
Well,
we can't produce the stuff as cheaply as they can.
Well, you know how we talk about everything you buy. I went and bought floor tiles a couple weeks ago.
From China.
I took them out of the box, and as I'm flipping them over, made in China.
Yep.
But you don't know when you buy it.
Nope.
We need to keep our money in China. If we ever go to war with China, look at all we're going to be without.
Yeah, they'll just stop it.
Yes.
And then we won't have any companies left to get back into production.
I know it.
It's
crazy.
I think it's funny that Russia is getting its ammo now from North Korea. North Korea is making bullets. Russia was always making bullets.
What is North Korea? What are they making them with?
I don't know.
Sticks and rocks? I mean, they don't have anything.
They got something because they're making they ordered some more nuclear weapons.
Yeah,
Warheads. They're having, I think, 25 more built or them or something. Whatever. I don't know. It's kind of on the crazy side. Let me check my emails to make sure I haven't got an update on the congressman.
No, he's listening.
Okay, he's listening.
He's listening. He'll be calling in a minute, I'm sure.
Okay, good. But I don't get that. This was done during the Billy Bob days. You know that, right? Bill Clinton.
Oh, Billy Bob. Okay,
Yep.
I had to stop and think on that one.
he was the force behind that. But again, Clinton promised that opening up trade with Beijing would advance America's economic interests and move China in the right direction. What kind of a stupid statement is that? Open up, advance America's economic interest. How's that working?
I have no answers for
The
you.
companies that are making all the. You probably got. I probably got shirts on that made in China. You probably have too.
Probably.
Oh, I'm sure everything
Where
is.
were our watches made?
Mine's an Apple Watch.
This is a Garmin watch.
What's produced in doesn't China make
That was
Apples?
Korea.
Could
Oh,
be.
wow.
Let's look
I
at
have
it.
no idea. But anyway, we'll be chatting with Representative Murphy here in just a minute or so. It was something else. It was
Apple Watch.
There you go. Okay.
Vietnam.
But still, why aren't we producing this stuff in America?
Got no answers to that.
I have no answers either.
Funding for the Boston Police Department's investigative unit is stalled after Democrats voted down the roughly $3.4 million in new funding as crime in the city surges. So the investigative unit, they're going to defund them, cut back on their funds. Half of the city's council members voted against funding the Boston Regional Intelligence Center, opposing the city's progressive Democrat mayor, Michelle Wu, who flipped her position to supporting the funding.
She's a Democrat too, but
I know she is.
But she's actually
With the
she
crime
thinks-
rate going crazy in Boston, I can see her deciding, well, yeah, I don't need to be defunding the police, the investigators. But then half the city county's with her.
Yeah. Well, crime's gotten bad up there.
What's wrong with these individuals?
You don't understand how liberal they are there.
There's a lot wrong.
Yeah.
I certainly don't
Everywhere.
want to go.
I'll be up there the week after next. And,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Where are you
Onion.
going?
I'm going up to Boston.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
What's that? Have you seen me?
So.
What do we?
Well, I think it's interesting that, you know, that I'm not surprised at all, Rayford, that they did that.
No.
So, and do you remember that New York City professor that did the machete? She pled guilty yesterday.
Good. She should
So
be.
she was sentenced to 13 months of behavioral therapy.
How would you? What kind of therapy could you provide
I
her?
think if I'm sitting here thinking, I think it's
You'd have to bring
probably
her
some kind
machete
of.
too.
I think it's anger management. It's what they just didn't say it that like that. Is what I think it is.
Here's our
It sounds like
congressman.
something that they would do. Yeah. And she has to go back to court on my birthday next year to
Oh, good for
ensure
her.
she's complied with the terms of the plea
Isn't that why we
agreement.
have a hurricane?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be the case. Good morning, Representative Murphy. How are you?
I'm good. Apologize for the delay.
No problem.
A little bit of technical issues. It's just like everything in DC.
You
Yeah.
should be
Doing well.
tired. You've had a lot of late nights lately.
Absolutely. It just brings me back to my surgical days,
Yeah.
my full surgical days.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have got a mess on your hands, the House and the Senate, and holy moly, I don't even know where to go with that. I think we need to go back to Jesse
Well, a lot
Helms
of
and
it-
just put a fence around Washington.
We have the budget, the border, the corruption. We have some of our own self-inflicted disasters from
Yes.
a person who has a personal vendetta, and trying to make it political and fundraise off of it. But
Hashtag Matt Gate.
you know, I don't care for that kind of politics.
Right.
But no, there's a lot of nonsense going on up here.
Well, you know, I felt for you. I looked at a lot of the stuff over the weekend, and I'm saying, I wonder if he's up there and being bored or just mad.
I saw him a couple times in the crowd, you know, but I kept looking.
Just
Where's he at? Where's he
I
at?
just wondered if you were bored or you were just mad.
Oh no, there's nothing boring up here. No, I keep myself quite busy, actually doing things that matter. You know, really, really working on, you know, our debt. I'm on the Speaker's debt commission, and hard on trying to turn it around. Part of it's maddening, absolutely maddening, because, you know, I'm trying not to. I'm not saying this to attack any persons whatsoever. But we get to the point where you don't offer alternative. The only thing you want is to blow things up, and there's no actual realistic different pathway forward. Then you're just hurting the process. And, you know, we have a 4-seat majority, 4 seats. And if we did not have that 4-seat majority, we would not know anything about the absolute of Hunter Biden, Jim Biden, and the big guy. And so it is absolutely, Ways and Means, IRS is under our purview. And, you know, we've released so many documents. It is just absolute. The corruption, not only from the Biden family and the president now, but the absolute corruption at the IRS, the DOJ, the FBI, in their efforts to hide Biden's corruption. You know, it's just astounding. It's honestly, guys, it's heartbreaking to see how this could happen in the United States of America.
Well, it should not be happening. And I thought we had safeguard in place, especially with the FBI, but obviously that's become so politicized that it's becoming useless from the top to the bottom. I hate to say it like that, but because we got good brick agents, as one of my friends on a regular basis, the brick agents are doing their job, but they're being stymied by the brass.
Absolutely. You know, this whole thing, defund the FBI, good Lord. let's be real. We need to get rid of some key people, but you just don't, throw away our law enforcement agency of the federal government. I mean, my gosh, we have crime. We have crime. Members got Democratic members got carjacked last night.
Yeah, I saw that.
Gun
control is working great there, isn't
a
it?
decent person.
Gun control.
Interesting if one of the squad members had been carjacked. But the sad thing is, guys, and I don't mean to be on a rant, we have one person who has a personal vendetta, and he, has to seek out every camera he has and get as much attention as he can, and it's just an absolute distraction. And it's going; these type of behaviors are going to what's going to lead us into the minority next year, and then everything we've accomplished will be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Will be gone. And his comment was, "Well, if we're in the minority, that means I'll just fight. I mean, just go be a game show host or something, but don't corrupt what the Republicans are trying to do. Most Republicans are trying to do." So,
yeah. I was just reading at the top of the op-ed piece written by Michael Stuma. Is it Stumo? Coalition for a Prosperous, Prosperous America. Talking about this most favored nation status for that great, wonderful country of China, the one that's in favor of so many human rights and likes to play fair. Why would Bill Clinton been behind giving them such a status? I mean, we had it with Russia at one time. We got rid of that.
Well, it's called having a myopic and naive view of the world. This is what so many liberals have. They think, everything's butterflies, rainbows. And, if you somebody China a carrot, they're going to play by the right rules. So they're just absolutely naive. And maybe China at that time may have qualified for that now. But the fact that they are our greatest enemy, not only in every aspect, the fentanyl flooding across our border, killing Americans, 110,000 Americans last year, the cyber attacks that are going on, the fact they have police forces in the United States, corrupting our universities. Hell, they the reason why Biden has not attacked China on COVID is China has so much stuff on Biden. They're extorting him.
Sure.
And so, it's just, no, there's absolutely ridiculous. And I agree with Michael, 100%. That needs to be revoked.
Okay, so you're on the House Ways and Means Committee. Michael says you're in a great position.
Absolutely. And, if we can actually get back to business and not have individuals put motions to vacate to cloud things up and keep us clogged up, let us get back to the true business we need to do. As you can tell, that's a sore issue with me.
Yeah, well, one of the things that caught my attention was he said that 162 jobs in Jacksonville, North Carolina, went away.
What?
Because I haven't read the article.
It was a decision that the most favored nation status. It was a decision, he writes, that has cost America millions of good-paying manufacturing jobs, including 162 jobs in Jacksonville alone.
All right, well, I'll have to look at the article and see exactly what
it doesn't say. It doesn't specify what they are, but I got my attention.
Wow.
Sure, absolutely. So, guys, I was in Southeast Asia about 6 to 8 weeks ago. As a member of Ways and Means, I'm on the trade subcommittee, and we were trying to. There's a thing called OECD that the Biden administration has been pushing, and it's kind of complex. Basically, it started in France. I'll try to keep it short. It started in France because they didn't like Uber coming over in their country and not being able to tax things. France has never seen a tax they didn't like, and it's morphed in. This is why Biden has been pushing this global tax of 15%, because if American companies, which are based in the United States, have a subsidiary or something in France or in another country or in Southeast Asia, and they for some reason don't pay the full 15% in corporate tax due to due to research or some of these other things that they're doing, another country gets to tax our companies and keep the money. And so it's just a way of, giving money away from our company,
Wonderful.
our companies. And, France is all about it because they want to get more, as much tax.
Sure.
Other countries were fighting against also. So,
well, this whole China thing, we got to get our hands around it because I'm just tired of it. I know that we're getting junk in our stores. You go to any store and you better look at the bottom of it. If you don't open the package, sometimes you won't find out that the tiles that Lee just bought for her bathroom or somewhere were made in China, but she didn't know about it until she opened the box.
That's right.
Well, I will tell you guys this: the way that Reagan was able to destroy the Soviet Union was to starve them out economically.
That's working.
There is absolutely no reason that anyone should have investment portfolio anything that goes for Chinese companies, anything.
Yeah.
And interesting, I wrote letters to the top 15 endowments of our huge college universities, $50 billion endowments and everything. And I got back a few letters, yes, that basically they needed to get rid of Chinese investment in their portfolios, or I was going to, go after them for their nonprofit status. And I got a few universities to comply. The one major private university in this state, sent back a letter and said, we're not going to, it's not illegal yet.
Yes.
So it's that mentality of profit before country that is killing us.
Quickly on the oil leases in the Gulf, that Biden is only going to allow 3 sales of oil leases until 2029, I think it is. None off Alaska. He's doing everything he can to starve us and cut us off of the gasoline cars, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not going to go away. We're just going to buy more expensive Saudi Arabian gas and oil. It's just absolutely foolish. And guys, the whole thing is, here he does with this huge green initiative to companies that work in China, of all places. That's where solar, wind, and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are starving ourselves of energy while China puts 2 new coal plants on dirty coal plants on a week. And, so here we are trying to incrementally decrease CO2 emissions, and they're exploding it over there, and they're just turning a blind eye. They don't understand that the atmosphere actually circulates around.
Well,
so it's
it doesn't,
absolute ridiculous.
Doesn't make any sense. They're using oil-fired generating plants, coal-fired generating plants to produce for their companies to build solar panels that they sell to us.
Right.
Explain that to me, how it makes any sense at all.
And I love how the left likes to talk. We're the party of science. Give me a freaking break.
Not for a long time.
I have one question.
I was working on something for North Topsail Beach a week ago in the Natural Resources Committee, and I met with one of these, and I talked to him about some of this nonsense that's going on with all the energy stuff, and I said it's not going to change the needle at all. Well, I'm very optimistic. Well, you're fine to be optimistic, but that's not, you're not basing that whatsoever. So it's a difficult struggle. And yes, I guess I wasn't bored, but maybe I was mad.
Yeah, well, I had a feeling you would be mad. I was mad listening to all of the junk.
Oh, it's crazy.
Made no sense whatsoever.
It's so past week.
Lee's got a question too.
I have one question for you, Greg.
Good morning, Lee.
Good morning. Is it a shirt and tie day or shorts and a hoodie?
It's always a shirt and tie day.
I know it always is for you.
I wear one when I'm a doctor still because I think it's respectful to the position.
I agree. I agree.
And why I just want to know why this guy thinks the hoodie. Why he has to wear a hoodie? I mean, really, what is the deal here?
I just think
it's the comprehension here.
I think it's just crazy that you had to waste time on this whole issue, and it had to become an issue. I mean, dress appropriately. I would rather see my congressman dressed
Oh,
appropriately.
absolutely.
Even without a tie is fine with me, but shorts and a hoodie?
No.
No.
That's just making a statement. It says, I are stupid.
I don't know. I just think.
I don't know. Rayford was waiting for Susan Collins to show up in her bikini. That's all he could talk about.
I will go blind. All right, Dr. Murphy, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Great. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
And in there in a little while for the Beirut Memorial Ceremony.
Yes,
Oh, that's
absolutely.
right. We'll see you then.
Thank you. Take a break. You're live and local. Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
When before our beautiful Crystal Coast, you come for the slower pace, the gentle waves, the salty air, and the quality time with family and friends. So while you enjoy our little piece of paradise, let the Barrow Low Country Kitchen help with meals. We'd love to cater your one of our Carolina-style seafood boils, enough to feed your entire crew. Or enjoy your meal outside at our pavilion on the waterfront. Come by land or by boat to the Barrow Low Country Kitchen in downtown Swansboro.
Hurricane season is here, and if you're not prepared, now's the time to visit Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Moorhead Plaza in Moorhead City. Whether for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer, Williams Hardware has the tools and accessories to protect against high winds and water. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies. Williams Hardware, your helpful handy hardware store, also cuts glass to size and cuts and the chores are done and the cleanup is finished. Light up that Wilmington grill for Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Moorhead Plaza in Moorhead City. Williams Hardware is open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sunday it's noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware 252-726-7158 and be prepared this hurricane season.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only copper protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand, forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech, luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor of your home. It's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997 with Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it. Great Gas and Oil Company, and of course, Wismart and Chappie's Chicken, located at 4111 Gum Branch Road, right here in Jacksonville. And Sandridge Road, Hubert, has all you need when it comes to convenience for gas, cold beverages, and a great selection for quick pickup essentials. Enjoy fresh, not frozen, delicious meals at Chappie's Chicken, located inside Wismart. 4111 Gum Branch Road and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert. So if you're in a hurry, get it all. Gas, ice cold beverages, convenience store items, and delicious, fresh, not frozen, Chappie's Chicken at Wismart, 4111 Gum Branch Road and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert.
It's not for everyone, only for you. The medication your doctor prescribes is exclusively yours to take as directed. Nobody else should be taking it. It's up to you to keep your medication secure, to safely dispose of any unused medications. Don't let anyone take what's yours. Your prescription, your responsibility. Be aware, don't share. Lock your meds.
Supported by NCDHHS, Division of Mental Health Developmental Disability Abuse Services. Visit lockyourmeds.org/NC.
If you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Mitsubishi pre-owned car or truck, look no further than Bob Mills Mitsubishi, 2150 North Marine Boulevard. Because at Bob Mills Mitsubishi, they give it away and guarantee all the financing. At Bob Mills, there is no high pressure, no smoke and mirrors, or running back and forth to a sales manager. Buying a new Mitsubishi or quality pre-owned car or truck should be a fun experience. And that's what you'll have at Bob Mills Mitsubishi, 2150 North Marine Boulevard in Jacksonville, because they give it away.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, we're back live and local real talk. And it's about time for some weather, isn't it? American made, American power says a lot in only a few words. The only outboard motors made in America these days, they're Mercury's. From the smallest engines to big powerhouses like the 600 horsepower V12 outboards. 600 horses. Man, I could put 2 of those on the back of my boat and I'll be around the world before I got out of high gear. You know, gracious. Mercury has got them all. If you're considering repowering your boat, why not stop in and talk with the experts down at Tideline Marine, located right here in Jacksonville, the only full-service marine dealer in the city. Whether you're new to the world of boating, maybe you've just moved to this area, or perhaps you want to upgrade to a larger boat. Believe it or not, there are some folks as we get older who consider downgrading, getting a smaller boat, get tired of hauling the big one around or doing whatever. Tideline Marine either has what you want or will do everything they can to find a boat and motor combination to make you happy. American made, American power. Tideline has to offer 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. There is a small craft advisory in effect. Will be that way through Friday afternoon. Northeasterly winds offshore today, 15 to 20, gust to 25, seas 5 to 7 feet. Dominant period 11 seconds. Sounds and rivers are choppy. Wednesday, tomorrow, northeasterly winds 15 to 20 again. Seas coming down just a wee bit, 4 to 6, 2 to 3 near shore tomorrow. Sounds and rivers choppy. Thursday, easterly winds 10 to 6. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop.
Today, sunny, high of 81. Tonight, clear, low of 58. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 81. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low of 60. And Thursday, which will be our warmest day of the week, partly sunny, high of 83.
Boy, every time you start talking about Tideline, I just want to start chanting USA, USA.
Yeah, USA all the way.
That's right.
Former President, again, Billy Bob Clinton, agrees with New York Governor Kathy Hochul, arguing that New York City's right to shelter law must be changed. It's broken. We need to fix it, Clinton said, adding that the law doesn't make any sense. Wow, probably the first thing he's ever said that I agree with. The right to shelter has existed in New York City for more than 40 years and requires sheltering for the homeless. New York is an asylum city. Yep, you got what you asked for. He added that migrants swarming the city have a right to pay their own way. New York should not be required to pay for them. I agree with him. An interesting comment from the has-been president. He wants more housing to be built to hold migrants, but he wants the housing to be built across the Rio Grande in Mexico.
Well, I think
that.
Yeah. Wow.
But why should we have to pay for it? Let Mexico pay for it.
Well, I think one of the biggest things he had to say was he just recently came out and said that immigration is broken under Joe Biden and we need to fix it.
Yes, he did.
You know, so yeah, he's been very vocal lately.
Yeah.
Well, I'm laughing this morning, Rafer.
About?
Oh, no.
Sinaloa cartel.
Sinaloa.
This makes me laugh. So if you don't know, the Sinaloa cartel is one of the biggest exporters of fentanyl into the United States, basically. So apparently yesterday in northern Mexico, banners started saying that they have sworn off the sale and production of fentanyl.
Who has?
That the cartel, and they're
Baloney.
claiming that it says in Sinaloa, the sale, manufacture, transport, or any other business dealing with fentanyl is strictly prohibited, including the sale of chemicals used to produce it. You have been warned. Respectfully, Chapitos. So the DEA and other people are laughing. They're like, okay. And prosecutors confirm these banners are there, but they don't know who put them up there.
Well, here's the situation. They just don't want anybody else doing it. That cartel wants to have all the business.
Well, the U.S. says they think that they started feeling the pressure because in the last month, there's been a huge increase in the reward for their capture. And in September, Mexico extradited Ovidio Guzman Lopez, one of the Chapitos, to the United States to face drug trafficking, money laundering, and a whole bunch of other charges. Mexican security forces captured Guzman Lopez they got him in January and then they extradited him in September. So in May, this is what I'm laughing about. The Chapitos wrote a letter and claimed they were not involved in the fentanyl trade. Now that makes me laugh. And the Guzman, El Chapo's son says, we have never produced, manufactured, or commercialized fentanyl, and we are victims of persecution. I laugh at that.
You've got to be.
They said that, and the DEA is now saying, even if if it was true that they said they will stop producing, he said the rest of the cartel will not go along with it because it is their biggest moneymaker. It said the Sinaloa cartel strategy is to move away from plant-based drugs like cocaine, marijuana, and heroin. Giving up fentanyl is going to give, which could strengthen the rival, Jalisco gang. It's going to give Jalisco the keys to basically overshadow them in terms of money. It's not going to happen. So I just laughed. So this must be some kind of ploy. It is pure laughable.
Yeah.
I mean, and they know that a lot of the fentanyl comes from China and is funneled through Mexico.
Yes.
And the Mexican government is saying that. We know that's how they're getting it.
Yes. Well, why don't you do something about it?
I think they feel, well, the problem is a lot of their state forces are corrupt.
Yes.
The cartel is running the show there.
Yes.
There may be a president of Mexico, but that guy is not in charge.
Nope.
So, but I just, when I saw this about the banners, I'm just laughing.
It's cute. I like that.
It's good for a laugh because we know it's not true.
Well, up in New York, a judge there really didn't expect to happen.
Do tell.
He's ordered the state of New York has got to pay nearly $500,000 in legal fees. Guess to whom? The NRA.
Oh,
I love it. I bet that's making them
Supreme
mad.
Court win. The case was decided in the summer of 2022 by the Supreme Court of the United States. The High Court ruled that a New York in New York, a public carry licensing law was unconstitutional. See, the state of New York had you can't carry a gun you can't even get a gun license to carry.
I believe that 100%. Like
it also constitutional right guaranteed by the Second Amendment to open carry a gun. So the case, the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin, was a major win for the National Rifle Association. A triumph, the New York judge mandated that the state pay $447,700.82 in legal fees at the NRA.
Oh, 10 to 1, they're going to appeal that.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to appeal
absolutely
it.
going to appeal it.
But,
free lunch on the NRA.
Well, one, Rayford, you were talking about in Boston earlier, right?
Yeah.
Well, in Seattle, which they've had all kinds of problems with crime. So, now let's remember, the Seattle mayor is a Democrat, and he's a huge liberal, but he proposed increasing the police budget. He wanted an additional $17 million because they've already surpassed 2022's murder rate. There's 3 more months left in a year. I mean, the crime is out of control.
Yes.
Protesters got mad. So Sunday afternoon, they marched on his house in his neighborhood.
Uh-oh.
Yep. They wanted, quote, deliver him a birthday present. Apparently, a lot of this comes from back earlier this year. A college student was hit and killed by a patrol car at a crosswalk. And the protest was called Justice for Javnavi. And so what happened was the officer who struck Javnavi was driving 74 in a 25. It had lights on, but no sirens.
Oh, boy.
And then back in September, body-cam video emerged showing a different officer appearing to joke about her death while she's laying on the ground, I guess.
Oh, boy.
They're claiming, some people are saying the officer said his comments were taken out of context, but that ticks off everybody. But one thing has nothing to do with the other, and they have a major crime problem there.
They do.
And I'm thinking, what are these people going to do? Like, homicides are up, car thefts have reached a 15-year high, violent crime has gone up, and they've already surpassed their homicide rate. And they're saying Seattle police has recovered more guns than they ever have in their history. And so, but the protest was organized by Seattle South Asians for Black Lives and South Asians Resisting Imperialism, whatever that is. Oh, and Harold is the first Asian American mayor, Seattle's first mayor, and the second black mayor. So he must be Asian. He must be mixed, Asian and black. But they just not. They're mad at him. But I mean, what do y'all propose is going to happen if you don't do something?
Until you're the victim of a crime, like the representative from Texas was, he got carjacked. Until you're the mayor of a city like Boston, where your crime rate is out of control.
Beyond out of control.
When you're what your party affiliation or what your race is of Seattle, when you've got the crime rate has gone through the roof there. What else? Give me, if you don't like this plan, you give me a better one.
That's right. I'm sure being now that that person is a victim of a crime like that, his outlook is going to change somewhat.
Oh, yeah.
It does do that to you. I know you've been a victim of a crime.
Yep.
I've been of a crime, and I'm sure Kelly has too. So we've all faced it. It changes.
Yes.
I have a huge dilemma today. I don't know which one to watch. Trump back to New York, and Hunter's going back to court in Delaware today.
Well, we know Trump's going to just be a dog and pony show.
Right? He'll come out every so often and give a crazy speech and call the judge names.
Which is dumb.
It's very dumb.
All right, so I'm reading this story about the guy that pulled that did the fire alarm.
Yes.
That, according to his response, he is claiming that he was just trying to go out a back door and was trying to exit the Cannon building and hurry back to the Capitol.
Yeah.
So did he push a door? He came to a door that's usually open for votes, would not open. I'm embarrassed to admit I activated the fire alarm, mistakenly thinking it would open the door.
That's stupid.
Okay, hold up. Okay, I had to read this twice to make sure. Saying it out loud makes I couldn't figure out. So he pulled the fire alarm down because he thought
it would
would open the door.
Yeah.
Why would he think that would open the door?
Wouldn't you think that might possibly open a door with people running out at you? First of all,
he's had a few days to come up with. Come on, my 9-year-old grandson would have come up with something better than that.
If I have to get into a room where you're at, first thing I'm do is text you and say, Kelly, meet me at the door. I'm locked down.
Yes.
And he was hurrying back to get into a vote. He was afraid he was going to miss the vote. So why didn't he leave earlier?
But what happened was the Democrats were trying to make a motion to adjourn, and adjourning would have delayed the vote, and it would have been a complete government shutdown.
Well, let me tell you something. When they take a vote on the floor like that, and the representatives, they're doing it electronically. They're doing it like, and so generally they get 5 to 10 minutes to do the vote. That vote is never done in 5 or 10 minutes. 20 minutes later, it'll still show 3 Republicans in V, which is not voted yet. So many Democrats not voted yet. And they generally will get to 0 where everyone's voted. And you still wait and wait and wait before they actually call it. So his thing that, I didn't have time to vote. Where you been? Where were you?
Why were you not
downtown shopping?
There? I mean, you need us.
The government was getting ready to shut down. Why weren't you in your seat?
That's right.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, look, voters, vote the way you want to vote. For the love of God, make sure you vote people that actually have common sense and are going to take the job seriously, because this was to avert a government shutdown. All of them should have been in their seat to vote. Well, we probably shouldn't have got to this point, but neither here nor there.
Sometimes buttons can be confusing, but
not a dang fire alarm on the wall.
Plus, not only that, not only is it a button on the wall, but it's required by law for the big sign right up above it to point it out.
As a child, I was taught you do not ever press the fire alarm. No. Ever.
That's right.
I can tell you one time delivering a package to somebody, and it was right there at the driveway. So normally that's what people would use, that door right there. And so I went into the garage with the package and went to ring the doorbell. Guess what? It was the garage door button. And the garage door closed on me.
Did you hit it again?
It wouldn't work.
They wouldn't.
You have to wait for the homeowner to come out to let me out of the.
Oh,
But you know, I mean,
would love to have been there to see that.
but there's a huge difference between a garage door doorbell button and a fire alarm. I mean, come on, get real.
Our garage door buttons out there look like doorbells.
And doesn't it say like in case of fire, pull alarm?
Yes.
Or what? Yeah. So I mean, now, okay, this now makes
That was a bad excuse.
the meme my daughter sent me even more.
Okay, let's take a break. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom, 97.1, 1120 AM WSME. Our number, if you want to chat, 910-333-0139.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances. LP replaces spilled cylinders and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage. They're write your own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings owners insurance.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for fall, and you should be too, with the Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series. These lawn tractors were engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility, and designed premium cut. Stop by Mills International Incorporated today and find out how the Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series is tailored to help unlock all the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will be combined with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1907 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760. For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery's appraisals and pay top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Free 21, 20 AM WSME.
And good morning. Welcome back. And we did have a caller. Frank, call us back. I know you got caught up in the commercials there, but you have to hang in there for when the commercials are playing. So what else is going on?
What else is going on? Well,
how about the United Auto Workers strike?
Yeah. What's the latest on that?
Well, it's kind of weird. They've picked up some more support. About 7,000 additional union workers have walked off their jobs in Illinois and Michigan. They're demanding that the manufacturers sweeten the pot before they'll even consider going back to the assembly line. They want even more. Hey, Robin, what's up?
Hey, good morning, guys. Just wanted to say, we got for the commission. We had our meeting yesterday, and I guess Tim and I will come on the show sometime soon to discuss what we talked about yesterday. But Sharon's last meeting, last meeting was, can't believe I said that, but her last meeting was yesterday, and so we're losing a great county commissioner.
Yeah, we talked about that this morning right off the bat.
Yep, and 8:30 we'll be swearing in our new interim county manager, Mr. David Smitherman. So we're doing a transition. Of course, this is Sharon's last week. She officially steps down this Friday from her position as county manager and move on to bigger and better things. But it's kind of a sad time for Onslow County because we're losing one of our most valuable assets.
Yeah.
And again, it's the beginning of a new era with a new county manager, and hopefully, he'll continue on the great work that Sharon's done. And as we enter the budget cycle, which is coming up, and some of our departments are already meeting for the upcoming budget. So, we're right in the middle of a transition period, and so it should prove to be very, very interesting to say the least. But again, tomorrow at 8:30 is when we'll be swearing in the new interim county manager.
Right. Sounds good, Robin.
All right.
Appreciate it. Bye. Frank, you're back.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. I guess it's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
You guys up here early. I missed out. I'm sorry. Congressman Murphy again. I guess he's not on Sunday night.
I'm going to start letting you know a day in advance.
I'm sorry. But
We'll have to let you know a day in advance when he's coming on.
yeah. I had a question about some military stuff that I was involved with, and I've been trying to get an appointment with him. His liaison reached out, but he never got back with us that I was involved. I'm not going to go into detail of concerns from some experiments that was GIs back in the Cold War era, and it was. But anyway, I'll. That's what I was calling about.
Why don't you?
He's already out of here. So.
Yeah,
well, he doesn't come in.
He doesn't come in. He's on the phone.
We'll try to let you know in advance because we wouldn't be able to take your call anyway with him being on the phone. He wouldn't even be able to hear you.
Okay.
But you could text like Rayford or Lee your questions, and then they can ask him while he's on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could definitely do it that way.
Or if you know he's coming in, you could be invited to come in here.
Yeah,
if
you
you know
can
he's
sit
going
in.
to come on the air, you're invited to come in here and you can ask him from here.
Right, can do that too.
Well, I might do that real quickly to help some of the military people that's trying to get veterans accepted and get claims. There's a landmark lawsuit that was just fought and won by a veteran that gives them an earlier effective date through the VA. But it was if you sign secrecy oaths of any kind that prevent you from talking about your experiments, you can get an earlier effective date all the way back to the day you got out of the military.
Wow.
And that's never happened right now. And since we are a military town, there's a lot of veterans here that have problems, and they signed secrecy. There's a lot of covert operations, as you know, that went on Iraq and Vietnam, and they never were able to discuss it. But the lawsuit was Taylor versus McDonough, and that was decided as one veteran that I know personally is getting back pay all the way back to 1968.
Oh, good.
So that might be interesting to somebody. If you look up the lawsuit, Taylor versus McDonough, and read about it, it might affect some of our military friends here.
Okay, we'll do that, Frank. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
All right,
Y'all have a good day.
You too. Okay, let's take a quick break here. Our final one of this day. You're live on Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM. WSME. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DD or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane Associates Family Dentistry.
I had a question about my insurance the other day, so I called my new State Farm agent, and would you believe I talked to the same person by name? They said that was called service, and then they asked if my dog Max was over his cold. They called that service too, and then they helped me find ways to save on my home and auto coverage. I asked State Farm what they called